Okay, now we're doing the IK, or the inverse kinetics, and after consulting my brother, I understand what I did wrong. And it was the easiest thing to fix. So on this backside, I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to click right here in between the hand and the lower arm at that joint. I'm going to hit E for extrude and then Y, because I only want it to pull out on the Y axis. Not that much, just enough, and it's going to be facing towards the same way as the root bone and the waist bone. I'm going to name this, and I'm going to name it wrist, if I can spell. And I'm going to get rid of that 001 dot thing, and I'm going to turn off deform, because all of the bones that we use right now are going to be not having any deform to them. I'm going to take the wrist and then shift and click on the root bone to parent it to the root bone. So Control P on the keyboard, and then make sure you hit offset, because remember, if you hit connected, it's going to connect them together, and we don't want that. Now in between the upper and lower arm at that joint, E again, Y to keep it on the Y axis, extrude just maybe a little bit bigger than your wrist. Doesn't need to be super big, because we will be moving this at some point. I'm going to name this one as well, and this is going to be named elbow. If I spelled elbow wrong, oh well. And removing those numbers. Again, turning off deform. And then clicking on the child, shift click on the bone for the root to parent child, Control P on keyboard, and offset. What we're going to do is now move this bone back. This bone doesn't do much besides rotating. Found out. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to rotate. So, looking at my notes, I need to now go into pose mode. So, going into pose mode and clicking on this lower arm. We want this lower arm clicked on, and we're going down to the bone constraints property down over here. We're going to add a constraint, and under tracking, we're going to go inverse kinetics. Our target is going to be our armature. Our bone is going to be our wrist. Our pull target is going to be our armature again. But our bone for this one is going to be elbow. As you can see, it does this funny thing like that. So what we want to do is we want to add 2 to our chain length. That's what my brother suggested. He said it always works for him to do that. So now we're going to see if it works. You click on your wrist, okay? And you move your wrist towards the body, because it's bending backwards. Have you noticed? So what we want to do is we want to click, and we want to move. I don't remember what bone is supposed to be. We're supposed to move the lower one back. Okay, one thing I want to say for when you need to move your elbow is you definitely want it to be with this arm, not this arm. I found out through my messing around with it that when I moved this arm to get the elbow to bend, it twisted the form. So by doing that, we now can bend the elbow the proper way. Okay, so we have that. We're going to go to our neck and head first, and then we'll go to our legs. At the base of the neck, no, not the base of the neck. Let me see. We want, base of the neck, which is technically the this upper bone. So, but we want to be towards the back. So, and we want to go E. Oh, wait. No, we don't. So we have to go back to edit mode. And we want to make sure we click on that joint. always want to make sure you click on that joint, because if you click the bone, then you get multiple bones. So little one, just like the wrist, and we're going to go to this bone down here and change it to be neck. Oops, that's not neck. And then we're going to name it rot, or if you'd like, you can name it rotate. Your choice, rot or rotate. I'm going to go with rot because it's shorter. If you need help remembering it, name it rotate. Again, turning off deform. We don't want deform on. Next, we're going to, while we're here, let's just parent shifting and clicking, parenting the neck to the root bone. So Control P, offset. Now we want to click at the base of the neck, but the base, top of the neck, base of the head, and do the same thing. E, Y. This one can be a little bit longer because this is the head. So again, let's name this head. I think it's also supposed to be rotate. Let me quickly look at my. I'm gonna also name this rot, because I don't remember what the notes were. Again, turning off deform. And then this also will be parented. As you can see, everything gets parented to this root bone, because remember, the root bone is the bone that will move everything. Okay. So, same for head. And then we're going to make sure to click on our head bone, Shift D to duplicate, but we're going to pull this, I'm going to hit Y, and we're going to pull this in front of the armature. This is supposed to be, this is head rotate. And then this one we get to change from rotate to, I'm going to change it to look, because that is for moving the head. Okay. And then it's already parented, as you can see, to the root bone. So we don't have to worry about that. But we are going to click on our neck rotate. Okay. So we're clicking on neck rotate. We need to go back to bone restraints, which is in pose mode. So going into pose mode, bone restraints, and we're going to go dampen track right here. And our target is the armature. Our bone is the head look bone. Okay. And it needs to be on negative Y, because remember, our face is towards negative Y, but our influence isn't going to be 1. It's going to be 0.5. Okay, so now we're going to do this similar, but some things will change for the head rotate bone. So again, dampen track. It's going to be armature, and it's going to be head look and negative Y, but we're not going to have any influence. We're turning that off. So let's see. No, maybe it's under rotate. No, for some reason that's not doing it. Okay. Because these are supposed to move, but for some reason they're not doing it. Okay, so I figured out for this head bone, it is supposed to have influence. It's supposed to be at 1. So we're good on that. Okay, now we're going to go to the leg, and right now I do have inverse IK on that. I'm going to remove it and go to edit mode. Okay, so we're going to do a bunch of little bones back here. So here, E, Y, and a little ankle bone. We're going to name this ankle. Okay, we have to make 3 bones. Ankle, and there we go. Make sure no deform is on. We don't want any deform on these. Remember, deform is not. And then we're going to click on the actual bone, Shift D to duplicate, and we're going to move this one down to like the heel. Okay, this is our heel bone. So we're going to name it such. With this heel bone, I'm going to make sure I click, oh, I don't want that. I'm going to click 3 to make sure it is in this position, like right where the heel should be. If you need help seeing that, you can change in viewport this to be wire if you need that. My brother made me do it because he didn't understand. So I'm clicking R and oh, wait. Not yet. We need to make our ball of our foot. So Shift B and the ball of the foot, like right around here, right where that base is, underneath the foot. We're going to name this ball. And there we go. Okay. Now we're going to click on this one. And now we're going to rotate this one up because we want to be able to see it. We got to do a bunch of parenting right now. So the first parent is going to be our heel to our ball. So Shift, click, and Control P, offset. Our next one is our ankle is going to get parented to our heel. Shift, P, offset. Our heel to our ball, we've already done that. And then the ball of our foot gets parented to the root bone. Again, offset. And then the foot, so this piece gets parented to the ankle, offset. So we have gotten all of this parented. We are sort of good to go. Now we need to make our knee. So clicking on our knee, hitting E on the keyboard, hitting Y to make sure it's in a straight line, and pulling this knee out. And then we're going to, again, just like with our elbow, parent it. So Control P, parent. And don't forget, like I almost did, to parent your knee. Not parent your knee, name your knee. So, okay. Now we're going to go into pose mode, and we're going to do like what we did with our ankle. Not ankle, or wrist. So, lower leg. Going to inverse to our bone constraint properties, adding inverse kinetics, target, armature. Bone is going to be, for this one, our ankle bone. And then our target pole, armature, and it's going to be our knee. Where is our knee? Oh, you know what we didn't do either? We didn't move our knee. So we have to go back to edit mode and move our knee in front, because remember, our knees go forward where our elbows kind of go backwards. Okay, back to pose mode and clicking on this one and finding our knee, because it should be on here. Oh, you know what? Is it down at the bottom? Watch it be down here. Oh, wait, no. There's a little arrow. Where is our knee? Let's see if I type in N. There we go. Not N, K. There we go. There's our knee. So let's rotate. Oh, we don't want to rotate it that way. Control Z if you're not rotating it in the right way. And I think, why is it? Let me Control Z. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't add the 2 for our chain link. There we go. Let's see. And then we need to, I don't want to say it's the knee. I want to say, how do you move? Okay. You move with your ball and your heel only. So if I click on the ball of the foot and push it forward, oh, look. Does my knee? No, my knee does not turn the way it should. So I'm going to now adjust it. If it'll adjust. Come on, you can do it. Oh, almost had it, Almost there. Mind you, I'm on a trackpad, so it's a little finicky. Okay. Same thing for the knee, or this, when you do the knee, to make sure that the knee goes forward, you want to do similar that you did with this arm. You want to work off this bone when creating the when trying to get the bone to face towards the knee. Sorry, can't think right now. There we go. There's our knee. Oh no, our toes are not connected to our heel. Okay. I'm going to go into edit mode and just make sure to parent my toes to my foot. As a precaution, I just want to make sure that works. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. If I touch the heel and move it forward, you can see it also bends. Okay. So let's see what my notes say. We have everything set for that. Now, second page. Finished with the first. Now on to the second. Now we're going to select all bones in edit mode. So, edit mode. So I want to say we want to hit A. Yes. So I hit A on the keyboard. And then in the drop down menu, which I think it's under armature. Yes, under armature, there's this drop down menu, and we want to go to symmetrize, which is close to the bottom right here. Symmetrize. So I wonder if I click on this bone and go to bones. Look, you can see right there where it says R1. So you now know which is your right and your left side. And then in object mode. So now we want to go into object mode. And what do we want to do? Object mode, we're going to select our model. And then we're going to shift, click on our armature. And we're going to go control key. And this one we want to do with weights. So, I don't know if it's, hold on, because we want to keep, is it this one? Automatic weights? I think it's automatic weights. Deform with weights. I think it's this one. Okay, I think that's the one we want. I'm hoping that's the one we want. I'm not sure. Now we can test the model. So if we go into pose mode, we can turn on our character. Oh, let's go back into edit mode. Click on our armature. Not our armature, or is it in object mode? Maybe it's in object mode that I want to viewpoint. Okay. Object mode, clicking on our character, finding this thing right there. Viewpoints, and then I'm going to go textured. Okay. That knee looks terrible. So I did something wrong. And I will have to go ask my brother again. So I'm going to go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Object mode, Control Z. Okay. I'm going to Control P. No. Why does my knee look terrible? Oops. Control P. I'm going to go armature D4. But we want to keep weight, so I'm just going to have to live with the fact that for some reason half my body looks really bad. Yeah, I'll figure that out and add that. Okay. So I'm going to go into pose mode and click on my heel, and no, it is not moving like it should. Let's try this heel. That looks absolutely terrifying. I'm just going to go into object mode, click on this, and change it back to textured. That looks absolutely terrifying. Let's see. It says M. No. So if I'm in, oh God. Why am I still, I want to get to pose mode. Edit mode. Maybe click on, why can't I get into pose mode? Oh, because I don't have the armature. That's why. That looks really freaky, doesn't it? So, oh, I see. So what we're supposed to do is click the head, shift on the neck, and then shift on your ankle. Both your ankles. You want to make sure you have both. And you want to put it on a second layer. So what that does is it hides it, but you still have them. If we did this right, this should move everything, and it does not, which means something somewhere got messed up, which I'm going to go back and fix. So I'm just going to, oh God. Okay, I'm going to save this real quick, and I will come back with what I need to fix. Okay, so as you can see, my I'm so sorry, you guys. Got a frog in my throat. So as you can see, my character is still a little deformed. I tried my best to fix it, but yeah. So, and also for some reason, this does not move the head. I don't know why, it just doesn't. So now what you need to do is take your like heel bone, or your ball, and move, like play with it a little bit, play with this, and pose your character. Okay, move the arms, move a leg, to pose it, and then you're going to render this. I need you to render this into an image and turn that in. Okay, and then you're done with this